It says Australia has trillions of bugs, true, and the biggest. So why is it so barren? Remember how Diane made the point that we have many bugs in all of this. We added the compost, etc. But you mentioned one thing that is missing in much of Australia: water. Right. So if you don't put the water there, the bugs may hibernate. We have bugs that will go in. I mean, like our desert frog, when he senses the world is drying out, he will bury himself, swallow a lot of water. And in fact, the Aboriginals who can recognize a bulge in the ground is liable to be a frog will dig him up and squeeze him to survive the drought themselves. So these are good water containers, but without the water, you get none of the other things actually operating. So don't be surprised NASA is looking for water in Mars superficially to pretend they want to put space stations there. Really, their aim is to prove that life is possible elsewhere and it evolved by itself. haven't found it at all. But in reality, if you want to know the history of Australia, when the settlers moved into South Australia, it was green. It wasn't desert. You could go all the way up to the centre and it was green. In fact, the settlers moved up, they built houses, set up farms until they finally realised this was just an odd year in South Australia's history, and the grass began to wither. And by the middle to 1800s, they had to draw a line across middle northern South Australia and say no settlement any further. In fact, to be honest, it was well over 100 years before the next lot of rain fell. And it went green. I know, I was up there. It was just absolutely beautiful. And it happened like that. So the bugs could hibernate, the seeds could hibernate, regenerate, etc. But that one ingredient of water is absolutely necessary.